Kia ora everyone, welcome back to another video. Sorry if my hair looks all crazy. I'm not sorry, I honestly don't care. But I'm going to tell you the story of when I was sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And if you haven't heard of that expression, it's where you're in this bad situation and it can go two ways, or I mean it could go more than two ways, but you're thinking of two ways and one of them is bad and one of them's also bad, and you're just trying to think which situation would be better. And normally, the one that is better, even if it isn't, is the one, like, it's only slightly better, like, very, very slightly better. And I'm going to tell you that story today. So, it all started when we have swimming sports, so, you know, swimming sports happened. But the thing is, if you were a year 9 and you weren't doing swimming sports, you had the day off. If you were a year 9 and were doing swimming sports, you would do swimming sports and then have the rest of the day off, which would still only be like 2.5 hours of school, and that's just swimming and, you know, just doing swimming sports. And if you were not a year 9 and doing swimming sports, then you would do swimming sports and then do what they called an academic conference, where they just interview you about, I don't know, your life goals. And if you weren't doing swimming sports, then you would just come around whenever your academic conference is, and then you'd do that, and then go back home. I'm a year 9, so I was a year 9, and I still am. So what happened was, I did swimming sports, and I just assumed that the buses would arrive around like 11:30, because swimming sports was done and dusted at 11:30 AM. Normally school ends at around 3:15, so for secondary schools in New Zealand. So I just assumed the buses would arrive for the year 9s, but they didn't. And I was thinking, well, how am I gonna get home? So I went to the office explaining my situation. And then I did not, and the worst thing was, I neglected to bring my phone to school. Actually, no, I did bring my phone to school, actually. No, I did. So I did bring my phone, but it didn't have any credit, and I didn't even have WhatsApp then. Now I do, so all I need for WhatsApp is just Wi-Fi, but I didn't have WhatsApp on my phone then. So, as you can see, I had a few options, 2 options that were like in my mind. I could either walk home, which would take about 2, and my home is about maybe 5 kilometers away from where my school is. So I mean, not too long, but it is, you know, quite a walk. It would take about 90 minutes, which honestly isn't that long. Or I could wait at the school for almost 4 hours. So I could literally spend no energy doing something for 4 hours, or spend a little bit of energy doing something for 90 minutes, and then after 90 minutes, I'd be back home. Now, which one do you think I chose? Yeah, I mean, they're both not good, but I'm gonna have to spend less time, and it ends up at my home. So, obviously, I just walked home. And that's sort of the story. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Stay there or walk home. And I guess they're both not too bad, but hey, my house is sort of far away from my school, so yeah. And that's the story of me being stuck in a rock and a hard place. And actually, when I was about less than a kilometer, well, about a kilometer away from my house, my papa was driving in the car with my uncle. He noticed me and then brought me back to my dad's house, so thank you for that. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. I had to walk for over an hour, and that's it pretty much. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Maybe you've been in this situation before, or sort of we have had this bad situation. You've had 2 ways, both of them are bad, one of them is only slightly better. And if you feel like sharing that, then share it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. Click here to subscribe to my channel, click here to subscribe to PewDiePie's channel, and here will be a video that you can click on. See you guys.